Hello everybody, Timothy Bailey with Project Learn with another video for us today. So we've been stuck now, many of us, I think for about a month and a half, perhaps 2 months, some people, in our homes because of the social distancing and the quarantine. Um, and so that's part of why we're going to do the video that we're doing today, something a little bit different. Uh, let's start by thinking about this plant, okay? Plants need certain things. They need nourishment. What do they need? I want you to think, what do plants, animals, right? What do living things need, right, to grow? I have some plants around me here, right, just like this one. Well, they need these things, right? They need food, right? Different things in the soil. They need sunlight. They need water, and they need air, right, for growing, right? Well, people need things too. And as Lucy and I were about to have a baby, probably all of you know, right, Wilma, any day now, we've been reading this book here called Awakening Joy, right? And I've been really trying to think about how can I, as a father, and how can Lucy, as the mother, how can we as parents uh, find and instill in Wilma the desire for joy? And not just joy. As I read the book, there were more and more ideas that seemed like nourishing things for our family and for Wilma, just like the things that the plant needs, right? And so I came up with a dozen, 12 words that I thought our family could live by. We came up with these together. And I thought it would be a good English lesson because you probably know the idea. But you probably or may not know these 12 words in English. So I thought we would look at them and think about them. Okay? So the first one, here we have a picture. We have two girls. The one girl clearly looks sad or upset about something, and the other girl seems to be trying to help out with that. Okay? So our first word is compassion. Right? Compassion. And compassion is a feeling of sympathy for someone going through a bad time. So the girl with the red shirt, maybe she got some bad news. Maybe someone died in her family, or maybe she didn't do well on a test, or maybe someone, said something mean to her. Okay? So this person here, the girl in the blue shirt, has compassion, right? A desire to help the other girl. Okay? Right? So compassion. That's our first word. Look at the second one. It says, I am grateful for. And it has all of these things: art, music, health, sun, teachers, healing, right? Bees and flowers, right? This one is gratitude, right? Gratitude, okay? As you can tell from all of these things, gratitude is about the feeling of being thankful, right? So thankful or appreciative of what you have or are what you are given. So this person, whoever created this, which is an amazing image here, is thankful for all of these different things. And if you look, even within the larger categories, there are smaller things that are listed, right? Bicycle, whales, right? Animals, right? All kinds of things listed here. So gratitude, being thankful for the things that we have or the things that we are given. I love this picture of this girl here, uh, partly because I can't really tell, but I think she's dressed up possibly like an astronaut, and she's looking at a little plant underneath a dome, a jar here, right? And the look on her face, right? Just amazed, right? Amazed. And she probably wants to know more about what's going on with the plant. That desire to want to know more, right, is her curiosity. Her curiosity. The desire to want to learn or know about something. Okay? Uh, Most people have this when they're children, when they're very young, they have it naturally, but unfortunately, right, researchers tell us sometimes that goes away, our desire to know. Okay? Part of the reason why I went and I taught in other countries was that I was curious about what it was like. The two kids hugging, right? Sharing some kindness, right? Kindness is being nice, friendly, and warm towards others. In day-to-day living, this can be very simple, right? Hello, how are you? And actually meaning it and talking to people, shaking hands, although not during quarantine time, right? Hugging people, things like this, right? And not just people, but other living things as well. Another great one, this girl standing in the mud, in the rain, right? I did this when I was in China, and one of my little friends, Ifan, who was, I don't know, 8 years old or 10 years old, I think, right? Stood in the puddle with me, and it was fascinating. And I hadn't done it for quite a long time. Joy, right? Joy at standing in the rain, a feeling of supreme delight or happiness caused by something or someone good, pleasant, or desired, right? One of the other things I did when I was in China is there was a certain bus that had a normal sized bus, and then it had a double-decker bus like you might see in London. And we waited for half an hour, 45 minutes just to take that double-decker bus, right? So joy is really big. That's what started this whole thing for me. So you might think about what things in my day-to-day life bring me joy, right, that I could show other people. This is a good one, so I'm not so good at this one sometimes, right? The boy has two decisions to make. On this side, we have the apple, and on this side, we have the cupcake. Well, cupcakes are all right sometimes, right? We all have them. But he's struggling with self-discipline, right? Managing or training himself for success or improvement, right? As a little boy, he probably doesn't have that big of a decision, right? But as we get older, right, or you want to lose weight or you want to do things better, right? Your choices need to go certain ways, right? If I want to pass the test, right, I need to study. My self-discipline needs to get me to study. This picture has the whole thing in it, right? So integrity, doing what is right, even when it is difficult. Another good definition is even when no one is around. So one time I was with my nephew at an entertainment center. We were playing miniature golf, and there was on the ground, I think $3 or $4 that someone had dropped. And it would have been very easy for us to take the money, to keep the money, to spend the money on snacks. But I told him, no, we were going to turn the money in, right, to the office there, right? There was no one there to see us, but that is what we did, right? Integrity, doing the right thing even when it's difficult or nobody is around. Here's a group of young people, right? Looks like they're painting either a giant canvas or a mural on this building. It's a little bit hard to tell, but they are being very creative, right? Very creative. So creativity, right? The noun, the ability to think outside of what is normal, to come up with new or original ideas or images. We often think of art for this, right? And when we have children, young children, we often give them crayons and paint to be creative. And again, sadly, people sometimes lose that, right? And they lose their interest, their desire to be creative. This is a monk here, a Tibetan monk, right? He is making a mandala, right? These are made from colored sand, and they take quite a while to make, right? But one of the things that's interesting what they do is they release them. They either blow them away themselves or they let the wind or time or whatever erase them, right? So release, to let go of something, to be free from things that bind us. And this is interesting for our discussion here because a lot of times we have negative ideas about ourselves or things that we need to let go of, right? The news that we watch about the virus, the things that we hear about what people are doing, right? They stay in our mind, and unless we let them go, right, they continue to make us feel bad, to feel negative, right? So we have to release them, just like the monks here will release this mandala. They will blow it away. This person here, I cannot tell really if it's a man or a woman. It doesn't matter, right? Has a coconut they are eating, which looks delicious, by the way. But the important thing is they are sharing it with us. They are handing a piece of their coconut to us. They have generosity, right? Generosity, a willingness to give or share what you have with others, right? And I always love it when I see children doing this. Many children, if not most, just instinctively, right, they seem to want to share, right? Other children don't, but a lot of them seem to just, right, here you go, right? When I taught in South Korea, children were always sharing snacks with me. Right, here, teacher, giving me snacks, right? Generosity. This man here, a chef, right? CHEF, that is his career. But more importantly, it looks like it is his passion as well, right? A passion is a powerful or compelling emotion to do something or act in a certain way, right? A chef, right, often has a desire, an internal movement to make them want to cook, to be creative as they're cooking. That is their passion. All right, the last one, number 12. I love this picture, the woman here hugging the cow, right? Some of you might be, oh no, right? I would love that. I hug all kinds of animals, right? This is love, right? A tender or warm or connective feeling towards another person, another living thing, or something else, right? We often think of love between men and women, or men and women, right, together. But it can be towards anything, really. The important thing for what we're talking about here, I think, is the connective feeling. All right, so those are the 12 words that I thought we could look at today to live by. There they are. For you, what words do you or your family live by? What words do I not have that you think are important, right? As we are in our homes and we can't leave and we can't see each other, right? We're hearing these things outside, the negative stuff, the news, right? Focus on the words that you are trying to live by. Thank you. I hope these were interesting and have a great day. Bye-bye.